Hello and welcome to another Weekly Geek on MedGeek TV. I'm Deborahlise, aka the Biotic Woman. So today I want to talk about a really cool tool that we can use to balance our hormones. Because let's face it, all of us have whacked out hormones, and this for many reasons, mostly because of stress. So stress is actually influencing hormones because cortisol and cortisone are stress hormones. The other thing that can influence hormones are toxic burden, plastics, like the list goes on and on, really. You know, we are all needing support in balancing our hormones. And so it can get super geeky and super complicated if you want. I have my clients do a pretty detailed lab analysis. My favorite is actually this one. It's the Dutch test. And this one will do the hormone metabolites, meaning how your body is metabolizing the hormones. And so it's through urine, and it's a four strips. So you do 4 times, one in the afternoon, evening, early morning, late morning, just to get that diurnal rhythm of your hormones. And it does everything. It does your stress hormones, it does DHEA, progesterone, estrogens, all 3 estrogens. It does testosterone, oxidative stress. It's a lot of information in there, which is great for all those hormones. But this video is really just to talk about a cool tool, something super simple that you can do to start regulating your hormones. And it's called seed cycling. So I don't know if you have heard of seed cycling, but it's so simple and yet so effective. And really what it is you're using 4 different seeds. The key is they have to be raw, organic of course, and they have to be ground. And so there are, and I do a really intensive video on this, but this is just kind of highlights. So there are 2 phases of the cycle. And I'm talking for women, right? Your female hormonal cycle. For men, it's a little bit, this won't really be that effective for you because it's really looking at the estrogen and progesterone. Like men go through cycles daily, women go through cycles monthly. So that's super fascinating. So men could use these seeds to help, especially in balancing their testosterone, but it would be more of a daily thing. And that would be a different video. So for this one, we're looking at the follicular phase, which is your estrogen phase, and then the luteal phase, which is your progesterone phase. And it's the follicular phase when your follicles are growing. That's very estrogenic. That is day 1 of your cycle. So the first day of bleeding until day 14 or 15, right? Depending on your cycle, of course. And then the luteal phase, it takes there at day 15 and goes until you bleed, which is either day 28 or 30 or however your cycle is. What we want to do is get it to be a 28-day cycle if possible, because that is the rhythm of the moon. And so what you do for the follicular phase, which is the estrogen phase, is you're going to use pumpkin seeds and flax seeds, which are raw and ground. And it's 2 tablespoons of each one. And you can put them on your food, you can sprinkle them on food, you do not cook them. And I actually put together this really great little recipe book. If you want, I'll link below. It's free if you want to check it out. And I have lots of savory recipes and other recipes that are just like little nuggets and bars that you can eat throughout the day to get your amount of each seed. And so the follicular phase is pumpkin and flax seeds, and they have high lignans. They help with regulating the estrogens, balancing the estrogens. You don't want to have too much estrogen, so they're actually very safe in that world because we don't want to be estrogenic. We tend to have a lot of xenoestrogens in our bodies from plastics and pharmaceuticals and things like that. And so this is a really good way to gently balance the estrogenic load and help the good estrogens in our body. And then for the luteal phase, which is the progesterone, it's sunflower and sesame. And it doesn't matter if it's black sesame, white sesame, and it's the same amount. So it's the 2 tablespoons once a day of each, and ground and raw and all those things that I just said. And so the beautiful thing about this is that if you've had irregular cycles, let's say you've been on birth control, or you're trying to get pregnant, or you just have no cycles at this point, this will help. It's just something super simple you can do. It may take a cycle or two, it may take a couple months, but the women that I work with have found it to be miraculous and super simple and super inexpensive and pretty tasty. And so it's really about getting your body in rhythm. And if you have no menses, or let's say you're perimenopausal and aren't cycling, you can just do it with the moon cycle. And you can have the moon actually be the time of ovulation, right? Or where you want to ovulate. And so that would be ideal. And so you could just put that 28-day according to the moon. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Please check out the link below. And of course, if you want more tips like this, I would love you to subscribe to this channel. You just click the subscribe button. And also, I'm doing more and more health hero spotlights where I'm wanting to introduce you to some really incredible practitioners, thought leaders. And so make sure to watch those, because those guys are badass. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Weekly Geek. Bye.